morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to another episode of Top Tier Talk. This week is a juicy episode. We're covering the Wolves and Brentford drone that's going over. Watford typically sacking another manager as per usual, and their floodlights going out for no reason. Arsenal tragedy as Carabao Cup we go out, and we also go 0-0 against Burnley. We also cover the Man United offside goal potentially against whoever they played, and Chelsea doing Chelsea against Spurs. Let's look forward to it. So, boys, Arsenal-Burnley at the start. We'll cover that at the start so I can get my shit out. I just want to say, listen, when I'm looking at that game, I'm thinking, do you know what? That's an easy game for us to get 3 points in. We could easily go top four because we're like playing bottom of the table and we have to try and get these 3 points easily. How are we drawing against Burnley? Bottom of the table, they're useless, and we're just not even getting anything against it. And then you get all the typical apology posts on Instagram like, we're sorry, but we'll bounce back next week. Shut the fuck up, man. If they don't get top four this season, I think Arteta's gone. I think, in my opinion, because at the end of the day, like Arsenal's a club that kind of proceeds and does really, really well in the FA Cup, but they're out against Nottingham Forest in the fourth round. We try to rely on the Carabao Cup now to try and look for some silverware. We're out of that now. We've got nothing else. So the only thing we can kind of strive for now, because we're still up there a little bit, is top four. And the fact that we didn't go in these 3 points against these I hate to say it, but these lower league teams, we need to be getting them. And we're not getting it. And I don't understand it. What's going on? What's the mojo in the club that's saying, do you know what? There's no drive to go. Let's go get these 3 points. Let's go out. It's another day, another dreary Saturday or Sunday, and we're going out just to play against Burnley. Oh well, what happens in the end of it? But as I say, it's a tough one to call because, we're such a bookie club because we go on a rampage of doing well for 6-7 games, and then all of a sudden, bang, we hit a sack of shit and we just go bad. I don't know what to expect. What do you think, boys?
Where would you improve the team? Because clearly you need improvement, and
you
have players that apparently are leaving. Aubameyang might be leaving. Who knows? But
yeah. I'd set my sights on getting a true number 9. You've got Martinelli and Emil Smith-Rowe, Odegaard, Saka. You've got all these people behind him, just they're waiting for that number 9 to either hold up play or be in the box and just be an aerial threat. We don't have that. Lacazette is not that number 9 role. He's more like a 9/10. When he holds it up and then doesn't really do anything after that. Aubameyang's gone. I don't know where he's disappeared to. And Nketiah's a bit of a donkey. So we need that out-and-out number 9. And I think we need a new midfielder as well to cover because Partey's just a bit booky at the moment. And Xhaka's obviously getting suspended every 3 games for no reason. He's getting a red card every time. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. But I definitely think we need a midfielder and a striker. That's for sure.
And one other thing I was going to ask, because it happens a lot now. Your red cards, is that a sign of, what is that a sign of? The amount of red cards, it's not normal, is it?
Pure aggression.
What are your players doing?
Partey comes back off the plane after Ghana lose.
Oh, I don't know.
Gets a red card and it's out for Burnley.
I don't know. We're all professional players in this club, and he decides to put someone on who just come back from international duty. Just honestly, say to the centre midfielder who he took him off, just suck it up for 90 minutes, man. I'm sure all of us have played 90 minutes in our history of football, and we've gone, do you know what? We can suck it up for an extra 10 minutes. Come on now. Do you know what I mean? It's not the end of the world, but I don't get why he put him on straight away. It's strange to me.
Let me play devil's advocate. Maybe it's your board, not with the lack of midfielders and everyone leaving. Who's gone? Ainsley Maitland-Niles. You don't have another midfielder. Who's that youngster they have that's decent?
Oh, I think Chavez would, Charlie Patino. I think Chavez would love to see him play.
I'd love to see him play, but you can't. Do you know what? It'd be so criminal. It would be so criminal to put that kid in as your third midfielder. Arsenal Football Club. That much pressure. That would kill him.
Exactly.
And you wouldn't be managing him correctly. And I bet he's that good. He's that good. He'll probably start playing weekly, and that won't be good for him. So
it's the board. I think you got to look at the board. I think the lack of signings, the no number 9, the Vlahovic not happening. I don't know if it's him or you guys not paying for what Fiorentina want or what else. It's just lack of signings. That's probably why Partey has to come on. And he's an idiot for the red.
Are you even in for a midfielder? Because I look at your team. I know you want a striker, and you've got that.
They're in for
but you need a midfielder.
Leon Brazilian midfielder, Bruno the guys.
That's
the one. Yeah. But I don't know how likely that's going to happen.
It's typical, but yeah. Moving on anyway, because I can't be asked to speak about Arsenal anymore. But so Chavez, we'll come to you. 1-0 against who did you play?
So with us 1-0. Wait, who did we blanking here?
Brentford,
West
Ham.
Brentford as well.
That's how
you played Brentford, didn't you?
That's how shit their performance. Yeah, that's why I was like, which one do you want? But the West Ham performance, they were anonymous. Like West Ham were top 4 in that game coming into it, and I don't know if that's to do with us playing well. I know United fans are over the moon. It's always nice to see a last-minute goal. That was the first game since Ranić's first game where I thought, you know what, like we actually deserve to win since that Palace 1-0. We controlled the game. We deserved the goal. We deserved to win. Besides that, the Brentford game, I know we won, but we were so shit in the first half again. And then we took our chances in the second. I know everyone was having a go at that Brentford manager because he seemed really salty about that whole game. But you know what? He made some really good points. Brentford, they're not in any comparison to us. So for them to play us off the park for 45 minutes like they did was a joke. But again, I said it would happen, that they'd be up for it more, which is the big thing. I don't get why our players are not up for games. It happens so much. I know we've just had a good week, and you might think, oh, well, you should be happy. But we're Man United. It's gonna, in a couple of weeks, we'll probably lose to Middlesbrough. Like something will happen, and we'll be back in the same thing. I don't see any consistency in our team, so it's just a case of getting top 4. Yay, top 4. I mean, aren't United fans sick of that? Like every year.
Do you remember what was it like? How many years ago was it? Like 6 years ago, and Arsenal getting ridiculed for getting top 4. Do you remember they came fourth every season?
Yeah, we
were getting ridiculed for it.
Wenger was abused for that, and now for us it's like, well, we need this many points to get top 4. It's that out aim every season, and it's embarrassing.
It's mad,
tiring, isn't it? So then now when we play Middlesbrough, my heart's going to be like, I'm going to be scared because we need to win that. That's our biggest game of the season, Middlesbrough, because that's the trophy.
It's a lose-lose game for you.
Exactly.
It's a Atletico Madrid game. That's talk to me during that game. I'll be having a heart attack during that game because we need to win, and that will be a shit match as well because it's Atletico and it's Simeone. But yeah, I mean, good, we won. It's always great to score a last-minute goal. We were all really happy in that moment, and then after the United games now, you have that happiness and then that realization of where are we? We just went from 7th to 7th in that game. It's really sad. So.
Chavez, before you go on to the West Ham game, do you think there was anything with the Ronaldo coming off, dropping, Ranić talking to him? Do you think there was anything in that?
What was after the Brentford? No, nothing. I think it's a good sign. With Ronaldo, I think he might have looked at who he was being subbed off for. It was Maguire, who, you guys have heard from me, Maguire's the most unsuccessful footballer in history. It doesn't really relate to his footballing ability, which is okay, but he is. It's a factual thing. And for Ronaldo to be subbed off to someone like that, it must have hurt his ego a bit. I'm sure it's fine. I mean, Messi does it. The best players they're always. Have you seen Bruno ever be happy?
They just want to play, don't they?
Bruno's never happy.
Bruno's not even happy. He's just not happy in general. But that's a sign. I think it's a sign of a driven player who just wants the best for the team. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, we'll have to see because it's like a top 4 battle now for who? Me, us, you, Spurs, and West Ham. Now that's the top 4 battle.
I think
don't rule us out of it.
Yeah,
we're probably going to be in that as well.
You're third, I think, though. I think you'll come third. I think Liverpool come second, first. No,
I don't know.
I don't know. Depends.
Because with Spurs, I mean, we might as well go into Chelsea, but with Spurs, Chelsea, it's like a free win, isn't it? I don't think it reflects.
Yeah, Chelsea for some reason just absolutely dominate against Spurs. No matter how good Spurs are, no matter how good their manager is, they just win against Spurs, and I don't get.
I'm not going to count this game. Like we can't count it as something that's going to show in for other games because you just win. You always win against.
It's just a typical Chelsea win. Nothing special.
Should we move on to Chelsea, or do you want to talk about?
That's what we. No, that's what we did.
Chelsea. Okay, so we had Brighton before that, which was an absolute shit show.
Yeah, that wasn't good for you.
Nothing in that game. One moment by ZH. I think we're becoming a moments club as well. Chavez, like you, but I remember I slated CH. He scored 2 goals in 2 games.
2 and 2.
Commentator's curse, isn't it? But we offered nothing in that game. I think Brighton are absolutely fantastic the way they're playing football. The players they have, the manager is.
Yeah, I have to agree.
He's going to go to big things. I think Graham Potter. I don't know where he would go next, but definitely a good sign of a good manager. But
yeah, I agree.
On to Tottenham. That Ziyech goal was banging, wasn't it, boys?
I haven't seen it, to be fair. I'm going to be real. I haven't seen it.
You need to have a look
Yeah,
at it.
it's so good.
Yeah, I screamed when that
do
went
you
in.
think like the Chelsea defenders could have Spurs defenders could have closed the Chelsea players down a bit more? If you actually,
but it's all good
I
saying
just saw it on
buts and maybes, but like
no, I know, but I just
maybe
they do like the Gillette precision play, or whatever it is, and that, like no one was near him. And you think if Ziyech is on the edge of the box, I know you slated him, but he's going to get the ball cutting onto his left and shoot, and no one was near him.
Yeah,
that's his main.
Onto the right. That's all he can do on the right.
That's his bread and butter. Is cut in it, and they no one even showed him onto his weak side. They just let him do whatever he wanted, and he picked his place and scored.
Based on that Spurs game, I wouldn't say it was a great performance, but we did have like good phases in the game. Like we started off really well. I think obviously the big talking point. Do you think it was a foul, the Harry Kane?
No.
The Harry Kane goal. I said it was a foul, but I think it was soft. I'm gonna say it was a foul, but
it seems to be the case that that's like usually everything penalty wise and free kick wise is so soft nowadays, man. It gets on my nerves.
No, it goes towards the defending team, especially if a goalkeeper gets fouled from a corner, as you say.
Goalkeepers are protected quite heavily.
Yeah, they are. I agree.
But they contradict each other each week. That's the funniest part about VAR. So you saw that Kane thing, and then the Ronaldo thing with Zuma, which was the exact same thing. So we can. We're not going to go a week. I can tell you, we're not going to go a week without complaining about refs. It gets tiring, but it just they outdo themselves every week in how bad a decision can be. It just gets worse and worse.
Yeah, no. Again, another Lukaku shit show again. I don't know when he's gonna. I don't know. I don't know what's happening there. I'm just worried about how much we're going to lose. We spoke about it last week. How much money we're going to lose out on him. Who we're going to replace him with? Who wants to come?
Your best bet would probably be a swap deal
for who? If you can.
No, for whoever Chelsea would feel.
I think Chelsea they panicked by Lukaku. I think I don't know why. I don't know why
we needed the number 9 we needed. Was the Werner last season.
I've mentioned this before. In regards of I very, very much disagree with Chelsea's sort of transfer policy in regards of they sell a lot of players and buy a lot of players back, and the money that they'd spent was ridiculous in regards of obviously like you let Matic go and bought him back, and Lukaku, and there's just numerous. I can't think of anymore, but numerous players that you'd let go and then buy back for.
Yeah, there's always a different manager that wants them back, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
One manager, because we change managers so frequently, one manager may not see him, see a player.
You change managers so frequently. We'll get onto that.
But yeah, like the Matic, Lukaku, you're right, but I don't know.
It's one negative though. You're frequently changing managers has got you to win the Champions League. So
I can't. It's part of history, but as you said, Dan, we have a knack of buying players back for 100 million for Lukaku. It's outrageous, isn't it? But
you might buy Tammy Abraham back for 80 million.
I wouldn't be surprised though. Tomori for 100 million probably next.
Yeah, Conor Gallagher. There's so many out there.
Conor Gallagher, exactly. Lamptey as well, probably 50, 60 million for Lamptey.
Should we get Tomori
back? Typical. Yeah,
but it was a good win, and I'm happy. So
yeah, that's it. Chelsea are doing all right. They're staying up there, which is good. But Dan, moving on to you. So
on the complete opposite end of a good win, and I'm happy. We lost 3-0 to Norwich, and Lil Dicky backed twice against us. Right?
Wait, what? Lil Dicky what?
Lil Dicky backed twice. He scored twice.
And a Sargent.
It was his first 2 goals in the Premier League. How have we managed that? And an own goal.
You bottled it towards the end of that game.
So there was a striker that hadn't scored in the Prem, scored twice. The floodlights went out. We had a red card of our best player. Scored an own goal. And our manager's been sacked. So overall, it was a Watford weekend.
No, you missed one thing. You missed one thing. Truce is coming back because Nigeria went out of that.
Truce,
and all of the Nigerian juju they put on us didn't realise it was going to carry on to the Watford players that are in their squad, and their keeper massively bottled it and got knocked out, which is brilliant. I love it. Inject it. We've rattled an entire continent. We've rattled half the world. The French hate us.
Dennis didn't miss out much. Like either way,
I saw someone tweeted. It was like no one won in the saga. Ranieri got sacked. Nigeria got knocked out. Dennis got sent off. Like the winner was the media. we were a joke again.
Do you know what's actually getting on my
fucking
fucking nerves? Do you know what's getting on my nerves? It's really, really annoying me because I get it. It's obviously a standing joke for Watford to sack their manager. Why? I don't get it. Why are you sacking your manager after you give him a 3-month probation period? You give him a 3-month probation period.
7 points out of
they're not.
How many did he lose in the end? Nine losses? Was it?
Yeah, but what do you expect? No offense, Watford are dog ass. You are awful.
Yeah, but L.
You can't rescue shit.
If you're losing against Norwich, who are you going to realistically beat?
No,
yeah,
but
okay, maybe
after a certain amount
Norwich.
of sackings, after a certain amount of sackings, surely you realise maybe the manager's not the problem and there's some other problem.
No, the fans have realised it. The fans have realised it's not the managers. The only manager that's not had the issue of being let down was Silva, and that was because he left on his own back and went to Everton. But from when you've had 13 other managers and they've all had the same issue of being let down by the players, you've sort of got to go, yeah, maybe the manager's not the issue. Yeah,
exactly.
It's the defence. Yeah. The defence is shit. The defence is fucking awful.
Useless. Truce is dog ass.
We got relegated 2 years ago, when like COVID was going on.
Yeah,
but yeah, we got relegated.
Back in your 2-minute periods. We got relegated. Come straight back up. We played the same defence that we got relegated with and expected something to change.
Yeah. So why can't you look at the owners and say lack of signings or lack of quality? 100%.
But I saw I saw it on Twitter, and the argument, which I agree with, in regards of, for example, as you were saying, like with your resale value for your strikers and stuff like that, Amir, is if, for example, Dennis, we signed for £3 million. He's in today's market probably worth 20 million now. We could sell him for 20 mil at least.
I reckon maybe more.
Yeah. But but say 20 mil. I wasn't going to go too over the top. Whereas if we'd signed a defender, and we haven't kept a clean sheet yet this season as well. But say if we did, imagine we keep a clean sheet. It's a lot more harder to notice a defender playing well. So they won't shoot up in value. We haven't got enough money, so we need to try and
sack off the shit you've got now.
We need to. I think we sign attackers because they're easier. Like Dennis, it's easier. He's scoring goals. He's got an assist. I think Bowen's overtaken him. But I think he's third in goal contributions in the league behind Salah and Bowen, which is ridiculous. So it's a lot easier to see that Dennis is playing well. Dennis is in form. He's doing stuff. Whereas I think someone mentioned this. Amir, was it you? That Samir had a good game.
I thought he did.
Up until he played 2 games, but it's obviously a lot harder to notice a defender playing well when you concede 1 goal to Newcastle and 3 goals to Norwich.
True.
So I think that's we're neglecting the defence, like trying to play the attack.
I think
it's working in the sense we're scoring a lot of goals. So, like attacking wise, in stuff like we were a couple of weeks ago. I haven't checked it recently, but we were like 6th overall based on like touches in opposition box, shots on target, expected goals, stuff like that. Like you're attacking. We were 6th in the league. But for defensive stats, like defensive headers won, clearances to your own men, defensive passing accuracy in the final third and whatever, we were bottom for everything. Like it shows where the issues are. And I can't want to hear him moan about Truce to Kong and Backman and whoever, but it is obvious. It's obvious.
I was going to say that actually. That was what my point was going to be. I was going to say it seems to be your midfield and attack is, no offense, it's average at the moment. It's good. It will keep you up. But it seems to be like you've got average, and then your defense is poor. And I don't know why, but it seems to be like a lack of ingenuity from the board to say, do you know what? Let's actually tackle the problem instead of sacking every manager 3 months down the line. Because
we don't have the money to sign defenders. We're trying to like, for example, João Pedro. We're trying to unearth another one of him or another. As I said, Dennis or someone that we can sell for profit.
Richardson.
Or a Richard. Perfect example. We signed him for £11 million, sold him for 50. Perfect example. Yeah. You're not going to do that with a defender.
No. The big question is
exactly. No offense, you've had that time to kind of go, do you know what? There's a problem in our defense. We've sold Richarlison for a profit of like 40 million.
We built a lot of stuff into the stadium. We put a lot of stuff into the stadium, which I agree is going to bring in the revenue. If we stay up, if we get relegated,
if we stay up, exactly,
no one's going to come. It's going to go back down to 13,000 again.
Maybe if you set aside 10 mil for the stadium and then 30 mil for players, you could probably bag 3 good, decent defenders for 30 mil.
No.
Like average, like you don't. They don't
think
have
so.
to be like Van Dijk
So
level.
the only issue is for us was we signed Andre Gray for 8.5 million pounds, which was a club record fee at the time.
Hold on, Dan, you're
And
lagging really.
he didn't
The
come in
lag's
and
all better
start.
you there, Dan. You're back now. Keep going.
Right now, no, yeah.
Go ahead.
So we signed Andre Gray for 18.5 million pounds. Club record signing, but it didn't go well. Therefore, I think the Pozzos are reluctant to go. There's another heap of money on a player just in case he turns good. Like you look at the signings we've made, the only standout signing we've made since is Sarr for like 42 mil, I think it was. With add-ons and whatever. If we look at all of the players that we signed, Tufan was a loan, but if we stay up, we have to sign him. Kuchka's coming into a long deal. Chustikong, again, minimal. Backman, minimal. And Ngakia was a free. Danny Rose was a free. He's fucking useless.
He's gone though now.
Well, yeah, I think he's still on our books. Who else? Who else have we signed? Who else?
No, Dan,
Dennis again. A couple
Dan,
of
going away
pounds.
from the players, just like to end it with what like you've got a manager who's won the Premier League. He didn't work. You've gone down the British route of a manager who can bring you back up. You've had positive managers. What do you do now? You've tried every avenue. Who's the next manager?
Who's next? Who?
You've tried everything.
I've seen Diego
You got
Martinez.
Steve Bruce in there?
Who's Diego Martinez?
Granada manager.
Do you know what? They haven't tried. They haven't
We don't
tried
own
Granada
him
now.
anymore.
Might as well
We
just
don't
try
own him
everything.
anymore.
Yeah.
Let's try Granada.
Stick Adam Alloway in there. You might as well.
We Pozzos had previously owned Granada, so I think they're going back. No, he's taken it. I think he's taken him from like a mid-table second division side to like pushing for Europa, which is again I know in Spain,
Spanish league. You can't.
Yeah, but it's still like there's a massive bridge in monetary value between the teams in the top league in Spain and the second division in Spain. It's massive. So to do, I don't know where we go. It's not you could put, as El said, you could put anyone in there. The fact that we can't defend, the manager can't do anything about that unless he plays 8 men at the back. Like there's nothing. He can give them a load of tactics, but if they're not picking up their men, or for example in the night game,
that they seem to be failing.
There was two still photos of Backman. Once when Samir went to ground and he threw his arms up asking for the free kick, and the next one when Pookie's running towards the goal to square it, he's looking at his near post to see where the near post was because he was too focused on complaining.
Yeah,
your keepers too like. Batman come in the summer, and Ajax offered 20 odd million for him apparently, or wanted to spend 20 million on him. And he's come out, and every interview he's had, he's gone, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to leave." Essentially, but leave, fuck off, get out of the club.
Should have sold him.
Yeah,
20 mil's a lot for him.
20 mil's a good amount.
That's good.
He went to the Euros, got too big for his boots. He can leave. Foster's going to be retiring soon.
At the moment, as I said, like you can't expect magic though from the next manager because, no offense, you're bottom.
No, I'm not expecting. I've always said that if we went down
with dignity.
Yeah, and 40 like you've seen it. You've been to the Chelsea game. We played well in that game.
You were very good.
I'm not expecting that every week, but at least some fight. Or Chavez, we beat you 4-1. Like again,
yeah.
Like we can
rub it in much.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
kind of forget that.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I've got to hold on to something. We had to keep a clean sheet this season again. Like,
did you beat Liverpool?
Yeah, no, that was in the past. Liverpool fans are still living off that though. But yeah, I'm not expecting. Again, there's performances in there. I'm not expecting a miracle, but it's like when we can compete against City. But for the last 15 minutes, we played well. Or as I say, against Chelsea or United or even Arsenal, we had chances. But when it comes to Brentford and we're losing 2-1 in the 95th minute, or we're playing West Ham, we're going 1-0 up. What was that?
It seems like you drop off a bit against lower league teams. It seems to be like a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah, but it's always that if you look at teams that get relegated, like when we got relegated last time, as you said, the Liverpool game, or when other teams get relegated, like Norwich, they beat City. Was it 3-2 or 4-2 in the season they got relegated?
I'm not too sure.
3-2.
Yeah, like there's always when teams get relegated, there's always a standout result that it just shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like and for us, it's looking like it's like again the United result. Because that'll be our thing of the season, and that'll be it.
All right. Ready? And now moving on to the predictions. Amir, take it away.
Okay, I've got the table right now. I'm top of the leaderboard. I haven't rigged this, by the way. 7 points. Dan's got 6, 1 point behind me. We're in a title race together. Elliot's on 3 points. And Chavez, like Watford, are going to get relegated. 1 point.
1. Cool. All right, going on to the predictions, which we don't have football for a week, which is terrible. I don't really count international football as football, but then we're back to club football. The first game is United Middlesbrough on a Friday in the FA Cup. Balogun will be playing for Middlesbrough.
Balogun hat-trick. No, I'm joking.
I hope not.
I don't know, actually. I reckon
this will be the end of the transfer window as well.
United will win it, though, I reckon, typical United fashion.
4-0 United.
4-0. Oh, yeah. 4 goals. Okay, yeah. I'll say 2-0. 2-0 to us. Hopefully a debut for a new CDM.
I reckon 3-0. 3-0 United.
All right, next game. We've got Burnley Watford in the Prem.
1-0.
Wow.
I reckon Burnley wins it 3-1, you know.
Watford manager boost, 2-0 Watford.
We're not keeping a clean. We're not keeping a clean sheet. I'm telling you now.
You will.
Yeah.
You know what? The manager will come in. He'll keep a clean sheet because that'll be what he'll work on for the 2 weeks. 0-0. Then we've got Chelsea.
I'll take it 0-0.
Chelsea Plymouth in the FA Cup. Great game.
6-0.
Chelsea 5-0.
4-0 Chelsea.
Yeah. I'll go for I'm doing bad in this league, so I'll keep it normal. Chelsea 3-0. After that, we've got football. That's it. That's literally That's so bad. That is the football we have left.
That's all we've got left.
No Arsenal in the FA Cup.
That's it, folks. Sharpen me. I heard that. All right, that wraps it up, doesn't it? Yeah. What an interesting week that we've covered. We'll have to see what happens in the next. Obviously, as you said, international football takes over now. So why is it a thing? I don't get it. It's so annoying.
I think it's just a winter break.
It's a winter break. It's just a 1 week break.
Oh, is that?
I don't care. Still long. Can't be asked for it.
Oh,
but anyway, we'll be back next week anyway. Well, we might cover the international football. Who knows? Might get a cheeky episode about it. Who knows? But anyway, in the meantime, until next episode for the next week, take care.